The process of getting my card was stressful.
I think Josh is unique.
It was quite emotional for me. It was definitely a big eye-opener.
The hairs are standing up on my arms now just thinking about it.
I had some big moments.
And I'd be brought to tears, there's no doubt about it.
This is all I've wanted to do is play golf. There's just no time for anything else. It's just golf or nothing, really. You put all the work in, you should get something out of it, if you believe in yourself. I think as a kid growing up, when I was really young, I just wanted to be a footballer. I would dream about playing for Barcelona or something. With football, you've got 10 other players that you can rely on, whereas in golf, it's only you. I did trials at Rotherham Academy football, and I played for a team called Carcroft as well. I can't remember specifically when I stopped playing football. I'm sure it was before 12 though. I realised as soon as the offsides came that I was just not good enough. I was too much of a goal wanger. I was always sitting at the goal and trying to get all the goals rather than playing properly, so that's when I realised that golf was more for me. Being told that you're not good enough to play football at a young age is really hard to take, but then you look at the big picture and think about what you really want to do, and I just had to choose to play golf. The first time I picked up a golf club was at the driving range, and I was hitting balls. The local coach came over and was like, "You've got a natural swing," so I got booked in for a few lessons, and then just went from there. I saw him for a few years.
We've seen a lot of good players come in and out the range and develop over the years, and one of them being Josh. One of my lads who used to work for us, a lad called Andy Wilkinson, took him under his wing a little bit at first and taught him from an age of 8 and 9. And like Josh says, he was here virtually every night. You were part of the furniture, weren't you?
Yeah, I've always been coming here.
In fact, you're on the wages at one bit, I think, weren't you?
Ever since then, it's been coming back here as much as I can. Like, whenever I land, this is usually somewhere I come, when I've landed and I want to hit a few balls and see everyone, it's nice. Yeah, so we're just arriving into Doncaster Golf Club here. This is my home golf course and where I've probably spent the most time growing up through the years. This is where I play winter leagues against a lot older players, and this is where I've got a lot of competitive nature from. And obviously, it's definitely the best clubhouse in Yorkshire. I think it's there's no better clubhouse than that, I don't think. And there's 2 putting greens here, so there's one with a lot of slope on around the back of the clubhouse. And then this one's flat, so depending on where I'm playing at, if I've got flat greens or slopey greens, you can prepare well for it. Simon's played a big role because he got me into the club originally. He was a junior organiser at the time, and he got me playing winter leagues and stuff, getting competitive when I was young.
My earliest memories of him teeing off down the fairway, his dad had bought him an electric trolley in a cart bag, and seeing him pushing his trolley along, and he couldn't see over the top of it.
So I was playing here from young in junior competitions, and then I'd play for the club as well against a lot older players, which was key because then I'm always playing against older and better players, so I'm always trying to lift my game.
I think he was probably 11 or 12, and he was having a lot of lessons trying to get more distance with his driver. And I stood on the first tee with him one day. He took his driver out on the first tee and stuck it over the first bunker, and I don't always do that. And I thought to myself, blimey heck. As a young man, he made his mind up very, very early that golf was going to be his game. And then to dedicate himself to it, practicing every day after school. First thing on his mind in the morning, his dad used to say, he's talking about golf. I'm dropping him off at school and he's saying, don't forget my golf clubs, Dad. Don't forget to say, we are going tonight, aren't we? Have I got a lesson tonight or is it tomorrow? This is 12, 13-year-old kid.
I think my biggest achievement so far is probably as an amateur, was winning the Yorkshire Amateur Championship, because that's my like county championship, and it was at Old Woodley, and it was a great course, and there was quite a lot of people watching. I won this in 2021. I think I was the youngest ever winner of it, so it's something nice to look back on. I think obviously every time you win something, you try and like keep it in your mind, because it's hard to win golf tournaments especially. So yeah, that was nice to do that at the age I did it, and with my family watching as well. So that was nice. I think I was 16, so yeah, I was the youngest to do it. But yeah, I know it's not a massive tournament, but it's still a good memories. So it's nice to be able to play good when I'm young, but I think I'm always searching for better stuff. So it's, yeah, I've always trying to get better.
Next on the tee, from England, Joshua Berry.
I realised that I wanted to turn professional probably midway through Q School. I entered Q School like hoping I'd get through the first stage and get a lot of experience from it. Like, I'd not play my best round and still managed to shoot under par. I got a lot of confidence at the time, because I felt like my game was good enough to compete, but obviously still trying to get a lot better to where I want to be in the future. It's quite a lot of money to start off with, so you've got to be confident in your abilities, and you've basically just got to shoot under par in every round to get through, and the top 20 players in the final stage get their DP cards. I had a mate on the bag, which made it a lot easier for me.
I grew up playing Yorkshire golf with Josh. I didn't really know him that well to begin with, and then he messaged me saying, "Do you want to caddy at Q School?" And I thought, yeah, why not? We'll give it a shout. And I didn't really think much of it, and then all of a sudden, the rest is history.
The process of getting my card was stressful. I had some big moments. On the 6th round of the final stage, so the final round, I was hitting the ball pretty solid all day, and just no putts were dropping, and I think I was probably just trying a bit too hard, because there's just so much pressure on you to play well, and when you're trying to force the putts in, they just don't go in, and I give myself so many chances all day, and then on the 15th hole, it's the hardest hole on the golf course, I hold a 30-foot putt for birdie to give me a little bit of a cushion going down the stretch.
And what a performance there from Joshua Berry, the second youngest player ever to get his professional tour card at just 18 years old.
It was definitely a big eye-opener after I finished the 6th round and seeing someone that narrowly missed out, and then me who's just narrowly made it onto the tour. So it's just a big eye-opener, because it's such a fine margin between like success and failure that it's just quite scary, to be honest, but it's just something that you just gotta not think about and just focus on the process rather than the results.
It was quite emotional for me, because I thought, wow, I'm going to have an opportunity to travel the world and see places that I've always wanted to see. And it's absolutely amazing. You get to see people that you've always wanted to see on the telly, and it's just amazing. Like, you get inside the ropes, it's so good, and I'll always be thankful of him asking me.
When I spoke to his dad and he told me that he'd secured a place on the DP World Tour, we were all over the moon, and we couldn't wait to get together to celebrate. And then we wanted to talk to Josh. We would text him and emailing him, but obviously he was busy. But we celebrated really hard when he did that. It was great.
Yeah, it feels amazing. This is my debut as a pro, so it's just going to be sick, and I can't wait.
I think Josh is unique in as far as his dedication to the game. I've never seen anything like it. I'm not putting a monkey on his back, but I do wish he would win a major. You know, him walking down the 18th at St Andrews or anywhere with a putt to win a major competition would... There's a stand up in my arms now just thinking about it. I do think it would be amazing. And I'd be brought to tears, there's no doubt about it.
I think a really successful season would be me retaining my card for the 2025 season on the DP World Tour. That's something that would be really nice, and also qualifying for the Open as well. I think if I can qualify for the Open and look back on it next year, I think that would be really successful.
It was just a case of trying to get out there and play golf.
You don't get in as many events as you think. There's only a certain amount of spots in the tournament.
It's such a hard thing to be 18 years old and throw it out on tour.
It means so much to me. It's places that I've always dreamt of.
The first 2 rounds is the best I've ever played.
I think he played 12 in a row at one point, which was which probably took its toll.